incredible. She holds the Guinness World Record title for the largest collection of Casper memorabilia in the world. From rare collectibles to nostalgic treasures, her collection is not just impressive, it's a celebration of one of the most beloved characters of all time. Let's give her a round of applause. Your first memory of Casper the Friendly Ghost. And when did you realize this was more than just a hobby?
First memory was when I was 5 years old, and I was just late at night watching the old-fashioned cartoons that they would show late in the very in the late hours. All the old classic cartoons, like I saw Little Lulu, I saw the Baby Huey, all kinds of other Harvey characters too. But more so, I was more attracted to Casper because he looked like a cute little floating plastic bag with little feetsies. But it was before the feet, before the 1960s feet came along. And I just thought he was so adorable, and he was different from all of the other Spectres. They wanted to scare, he wanted to be friends, and I felt that way in my family dynamic as being, what we know now, the black sheep. And so I felt that, and he ventured out trying to find people that were like him, people that would appreciate him and see him and want to be his friend. Like reaching out for like family, for love, acceptance. But what he did in return is that he found other people who felt the same way, and even some animals. And he gave them the love, attention, and acceptance that they were needing. He was their friend. And at the end of the day, they were there for each other. And I felt that Casper, if real, would be my friend. He would see me, he would appreciate me, and be there for me. So that's my first memory of him. And I would start collecting the VHS tapes of the old-fashioned cartoons. Back then, in the dollar stores, they would be $1. So I'd be happy going to get the VHS tapes. And I remember my grandpa would buy me the tapes. Anytime I saw a Casper tape, I'd be like, "Grandpa, can I take this? It's Casper." And he would buy it for me. It was just a favorite pastime. And I just felt that connection with Casper, and he just became my favorite comfort character.
Did you ever imagine that this connection would lead to a Guinness World Record?
Never in my life would I think that I would ever be in a Guinness book, because I would, read the books, you go to the book fair, you see them, and you're like, man, how are these people doing these things, and how can I ever be in such a book that's worldwide and well known and stuff? And I never thought that like a passion of mine, a comfort character that came from like trauma, sadness and stuff, that it could turn into something like this, and then having people see me, hear my voice finally, like, hey, I'm here.
How many items are in your collection, and what's the weirdest Casper memorabilia that you own?
I'm close to 1,900 items. My goal is for 2,000 this year. My husband knows. So the weirdest thing, a lot of things would be considered weird. There's a lot of things that Casper looks really weird and scary and off-put, like, really? And I'm like, well, this certain Casper's from Germany, this one's from Mexico, this one's from Greece and stuff, because I have Casper items from all around the world. More so from Japan. I go and bring back a lot of stuff. And so, like, weird, not so much weird, but just like a lot of the old costumes where the faces look weird. There's a weird, to me it's weird how they categorize a Casper costume, but the face is like scary. But yet it's Casper. Like, no, Casper's never had such a scary face. To me that's like off. So, yeah.
Now, do you prefer, like, when it comes to Casper stuff, does it matter if it's from the live action movies or from the classic cartoons, or maybe like modern interpretations? Like, where do you like usually get your stuff from? Like, what era?
It's all of his eras, every era. Like, of course, the majority of the stuff in my room is from his old days, the vintage era before the movie and stuff. But all the stuff that they made for the movie is now considered vintage, yeah. Unfortunately, which makes us vintage too. The movie's over 30 years now, so. But So I have a lot of things of every era of Casper, but you know, I do love seeing the stuff from the 90s because, you know, the 90s were it. And so that's why, you know, this dress, it's made from a Casper bedsheet from the 90s. And I had it done just for this convention. I love it. Thank you.
What are your thoughts on Scare School?
I love Scare School. I really love it. It's cool how they incorporated both Casper walking with feet and his tail.
Yeah.
Because he's always had feet, and the only time he had a tail was in the Casper movie. So in Scare School, whenever he's walking with feet. When he's flying, he's got the little tail. So he incorporates both. And my son loves Scare School. He's always watching it.
Why do you think Casper has stayed so relevant for many generations? I mean, it's been a long time since he's been in pop culture. So why do you think he's been staying relevant?
Well, he started off in 1939, so it's been a very, very long time. But he definitely stayed relevant. Not, you know, a good amount of it's because he's so darn cute. And I believe, like for me, you know, it's his message, because it's so different from like a lot of things that are out there nowadays. You know, there's nothing too positive out there, you know, and there should be, you know, it should be the norm to be kind to people, to accept them, to not judge them, and just like, hey, and be friendly and stuff. So I think that, you know, that's a real important factor. And, you know, people love the cartoon, but then when the movie came out, that's whenever more people were like drawn to it, because of the nostalgia of it too. It's part of the childhood and stuff. But of course, the majority of the girls were like Devin Sawa for the movie. So yeah.
Does anyone from the Casper movie know of your world record? And tell us more stories about like maybe meeting some of the cast and what are their thoughts?
Yes, so the first one to know that I got the world record was Kathy Moriarty. She played Kerrigan, Dibs, you know. She knew that I was collecting Casper before I got the world record. And she was the first one to call me Casper Girl. So that's why I proudly have that name. Everyone calls me Casper Girl these days. It's not original, Kathy gave it to me first, so that's why it's more meaningful. So whenever I first got the record, she was the one that I texted, because when I first met her, we became fast friends. We spent the entire weekend together, hanging out and stuff, and so I texted her, I'm like, I have the Guinness World Record for Casper. She was just over the moon. And she made a video for me to post announcing that I had the Guinness World Record for Casper. So it was the coolest thing. So she was the first one to know about it. And the second one was Devin Sawa, because I had met him a couple of years before, and I didn't show him too much of the collection and stuff. I, you know, dressed up as Cat, and I made the Lazarus bottle, and I had him sign it. And I asked him to do the dance, because I dressed up as Cat, and I was like, can you do the dance with me? and I was like, yeah, I'm living my little dream here. So he was the second one to know about it when I went to Iowa, because I got a second certificate printed out, and I took it with the envelope and I gave it to Devin, and I was like, can you open this and sign what's inside? And then he opened it up and he was like, wow, that's impressive. And then he had all these questions, and I was like, yes. I live in his phone, because he took a picture of me with the certificate, so that was really awesome. And I told him, like, can you say it? And he's like, can I keep you? And I was like, oh yeah. And then I got in touch with Jonah Pulte, Uncle Stretch, and through a cameo. And he made me a video showing me his Casper collection. A lot of stuff that he got from the director, stuff that he had saved. And I was like, oh my God. He's like, I bet you don't have this and this. A lot of it I did have, but then of course the other stuff I didn't have. So me and him, we still keep in touch to this day. And he wants to come see the collection, hopefully soon. But he knows about my certificate, and I was able to get him to sign it when I met up with him a couple of years ago in California. And that was really nice of him to do. So it was really cool. And then my dream came true finally last year when I met Christina. She was the most unattainable thing I would say for the collection, because unfortunately her work schedule will make her cancel 99% of her conventions, and I've tried following her 4 times already. Went to Florida, went to another state, went to a couple of other conventions here, and she would cancel the night before. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I've spent a lot of money on this woman. And then finally she made it to Dallas Fan Expo, and there she was, the one that I've been trying to chase down. And I cried. I expected to cry, but then I didn't expect to Niagara Falls cry. And it just was nonstop. But thankfully in her panel I was able to apologize, and she was cool with it because she had other people cry before too. But I had my certificate, and I told her, I'm like, thank you, Christina, for being my comfort, my hero for 30 years. Your legacy helped build mine. And I got applause, which I didn't expect, but it was cool. So it meant a lot. I wish I had more time to tell Christina what such a hero she is. She has been for me and stuff. But hopefully she was able to see that what she signed, because she also signed the world record. She was like, oh wow, but she was concerned with my crying. But yeah, it's wonderful, and I'm still in touch with Kathy. I met up with her last Christmas, and she was able to sign my certificate, and I have a new picture of us there too. And she's a real dear friend of mine. I'm just very blessed. I just love her.
What's the most you're being for
And this was okay with my husband, only considering because our friend that has an antique store in Osaka, he's a big collector, and he knows all of the rare items and stuff like that. There is a Casper tin toy tank. And in Japan, the tin toys are very highly collectible items. So, and those go for way, way big money. So, oddly, I found that tin toy tank in working condition on Etsy. One time, and it was around New Year's, a few years back. They wanted over $700 for it. I messaged them, and I was like, okay, I'm a big Casper collector. I have the world record for it. Can y'all go any lower?
Give it a Casper discount.
Yeah, a little bit. So we spent $625 on that tin toy tank. And that's the most I've spent on it, on anything. I have Casper movie props that I didn't even spend that close to it. So that was pretty amazing. So that's the most expensive item I have. And we're very careful with what we get.
Do people donate items to you now that you've so worldwide known, being the world record holder?
I've had some people want to send me some of their stuff. Like some people have messaged me saying, hey, I have this old Casper that, I feel like you'll take better care of him and he'll be loved and cherished by you. So they just will send it to me. And sometimes it's something I didn't have, and it gets counted into Guinness. But if I do have it, I still cherish it. I still have like an area where I have a lot of extra little Casper things and stuff. So I let them know, like, hey, I will love your item forever. And a lot of friends will send me boxes whenever they find the VHS out there for like $1. They'll send me the VHS because those are my rescues. And I use them for risers in the collection. So I just have a bunch of Casper VHS tapes, like rising on my lounge flight, Casper stuff, and just anything else. So they're useful. I use them, and I never leave a Casper behind. So yeah, that's my rescue.
What does Casper mean to you personally?
Casper, he is a big light that the world needs, because he's like so pure. Not just because he's like a floating little guy, he people should be more like him, I think. And regardless of everything that I've gone through and such, I still embody him. And people tell me that too. Like the Soska sisters, they have told me, you embody Casper the Ghost. And I was like, that just means so much. And my best friend, she told me I'm like a lighthouse. And I love that, because that's a lot of stuff that Casper was to me. He was my comfort and somebody who saw me, even though he's not logistically real. I could say he's real to me, because you could be that way. And I want to be that way for people in the world and stuff like that. And I want to put, like, that's why I wrote my book. I'm putting my story out there for other people who felt unseen and not appreciated and stuff like that. Like, what you feel is valid, you're seen, you're important and stuff. And I want to be that voice. I want to be y'all's Casper.
Has this collection helped you connect with other Casper fans and be closer to the community?
Definitely. A lot of people that find me like on TikTok or Instagram, and they see my videos, they're like, oh my God, I love Casper. I never knew that they had this many items out there. Of course, Kathy always tells me that too. She's like, how the heck did they make all these Casper items? And I'm like, girl, there's a lot more. But yeah, I really love that, because even at the booth too, people come up, I love Casper. And then they tell me how growing up they love seeing Casper and it made them happy and stuff. And I just love meeting fellow Casper fans, because we get to talk about the nostalgia of him and stuff. And you know, I've been able to connect with a lot of other people that love him, and actually other collectors that collect other cartoons or things of nostalgia.
What has been the most rewarding part of this journey?
Well, definitely the people that I've met, the people whose lives that I may have touched, whether I know it or not, because I have gotten messages on Instagram from people that I had no idea had bought my book, and they would message me like, thank you for putting your story out into the world, because I never believed in myself. I always felt unseen, and your book is giving me strength and stuff. And I'm like, wow, because I always needed someone to give me that kind of strength. And so I'm just happy that they found me and I was able to help with that. So, you know, that's the biggest rewarding part, is not, you know, is helping people, being there for them. And some people just need to be told, like, hey, you know, it's okay, you know, you're valid, you're seen, and I understand what you went through, all your traumas, everything in your life. I went through this too. And they sometimes need a friendly face, a friendly person, you know, not just a ghost.
Friendly ghost.
Yeah, me. I am a friendly ghost. Because I've always felt like one growing up, and I still do. I mean, yeah, I have people that see me. You can see me as a physical person. But in general, I'm so invisible. It's crazy. I still feel like a freaking ghost. So now I just roll with it, man.
All right, final question.
I'm ready.
The question she's been waiting for the entire panel. Craziest Casper hot take.
The conspiracy.
Let's go into it.
Okay, dude, okay. Casper is not Richie Rich.
Allegedly.
He's not.
Allegedly.
Credentials right there. I don't care if you're a Simpson fan or you want to believe all that whatnot stuff. No. So, Casper was thought of in 1939 by others in Paramount Pictures. He got his first comic books there. He was drawn up completely different. He had like a knobby nose and a wobbly looking hat type thing, and he had a weird looking tail type thing. So he was way different than when you see him all through the comics and stuff like that. And then what was it? So 1955, Harvey Comics bought Casper from Paramount Pictures. Harvey Comics already had Richie Rich. So Harvey Comics buys Casper, they have animators there drawing them up. Oh look, Casper has a new face, and he's got feet, he's got all this kind of stuff, and he looks same face shape as Richie Rich. That's what happens whenever you have animators drawing the same kind of animations. I mean, Peter Griffin is in Homer Simpson, so.
Allegedly.
Oh, God.
There was that one Simpsons episode.
You see The Simpsons. I swear, dude. No. The thing is, okay, there's that, But I'm here like, hey, there's a history here, and there's like what, 300, 400 comics of Richie Rich and Casper the Friendly Ghost doing adventures together. Now, if they were the same person, Richie is very schizophrenic. So,
that might be true.
He could be. Yeah, lonely little rich boy. I don't know. I've never been a lonely little rich boy. I've been a lonely ghost girl. There's a difference. But no, they're completely different people. I have all the proof to back it up. You go on Google, you look for Richie Rich and Casper comic. There they are. He's not astral projecting or anything. So, yeah.
And where can everybody buy your book?
So Amazon sucks, because my publisher had published that book first, and then Amazon had beef with my publisher, and then so they took off their account on Amazon, and so it really affected my book and other authors that they had there. So then I had to self-publish it myself. And then when I did, I was good for a good while, and then Amazon deactivated my account, thinking that I was them making another one. And I was like, whoa, this is mine, this is mine. So Amazon was adamant with their decision. I was like, well, dang. So now I have a bunch of books, so right now you can buy them through me. I'm selling them there at the booth, or you can message me on Instagram and just get it off me. But I'm gonna look onto Barnes & Noble or other websites to see about publishing.
Walmart? My books are Walmart.
So they publish?
There's publishers that go through that. You can sell publishers and give them to Walmart.
For real? And you just buy the author copies?
Mm-hmm.
We talking.
Okay.
Oh man, because I gotta get out there. I'm like, dang, Amazon. Because I'm like, no, I'm not gonna let anything silence me again. This is my story. I was silenced my whole life. Here it is. So
make sure to go to her booth, pick up a copy of her book.
Yeah.
Over there.
Find it. I'm in the corner. I'm the friendly ghost.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank
Give her
you.
a round of applause.